Hey guys, welcome back to the wigfreecandles.net channel. What do we call this video, Alexandra? It's a bit of a mouthful for me.
I think it's postpartum pregnancy afterwards.
Let's just keep it simple. It's just a little 2-week update of
it's an update
how we've been doing. So Alexandra's into these big words, you know. So let's just keep it Scott and simple. It's an update.
It's an update, and it's taken us 2 weeks to get any headspace to record it.
Which it's been a good 2 weeks though. A lot of pre-warnings about sleepless nights. Guys, you've pre-warned me. You are right, but you probably over-dramatized it a bit, touching lots of wood there.
Because he's sleeping downstairs most of the time, so he's having a great night's sleep.
I've slept half and half upstairs and downstairs because there's no point in both of us being absolutely shattered. But anyway, I'm still absolutely shattered. Alexandra is looking absolutely fantastic considering she only gave birth 2 weeks ago.
Thank you.
She actually looks slimmer than she did before she got pregnant, so congratulations.
We'll put a picture up of my decreasing belly at the end of this, because I know some people like to see, like,
But the most important person about this vlog
is Miss Theia.
And she's sat in the back seat here, nice and quiet.
She's fast as snoozy now.
And I must say she's a very content, sweet little baby.
Yes, apart from the first 5 days where she wouldn't sleep at night, would she?
No, she wouldn't sleep at night. But
that was a long 5 days.
We gave birth to her on the Monday.
Yeah.
And by the Saturday, she kind of like settled down a bit.
But I think that's when the milk came in. So, all you Theia's breastfed, and all your breastfeeding mummies.
Can't say that word, Alexandra. They make it an 18.
Oh well, sorry.
Censored.
Booby fed.
Censored.
So yeah, for all you new mummies out there, because I have actually had a few people asking me questions about it, and how I found it. I will post a separate blog of my top booby feeding tips and basically how we found it. It was very difficult. Excuse me, I have a little person's there we go. It was very difficult for the first 5 days. She was a very big baby at 9, 12 it turned out, and she just could not get enough milk and couldn't sell. But when the milk came in,
she's a good sucker.
She's like a Dyson Hoover.
She is great.
She is.
I'm very, very jealous about the amount of food she's getting. But I don't know if you watched the vlog of me singing a sort of Westlife song.
Oh yes, how can we forget? You raised me up.
Well, I'll put the links below in the description box below. But when she's getting really restless, okay, I don't sing it, but we put that song on, and she just goes like that. It's really.
She does. It's amazing. So you can hear her growling away now. I'm just doing some nice little cheek rubs to try and settle her down. One thing I do think about though, and the reason we have to put on the Westlife song and other stuff, she gets overtired and she doesn't want to go to sleep, does she?
Yeah, she's like a little nosy little thing.
Unlike us, we could drop off to sleep.
She likes to force herself to keep awake. She doesn't want to miss a trick. But we've also created this like kind of little. Just a minute. What the is that? Sorry. I'm sure that was a mobile home being drove on the back of a trailer then.
It was in a very dangerous fashion. Welcome to Ireland.
On a very narrow road. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, we've kind of like first 5 days were kind of like tears, but me and Theia kind of like started to bond a bit.
Just mine.
Theia and I started to bond a bit, and we've got like this little thing going on. You know, she looks at me and she sticks her tongue out like that, so I stick my tongue out back.
Daddy started it with the tongue pull.
So we've kind of got this little tongue pull thing going on at the minute. But her and Mummy are bonding really well, and it's really nice to see. Before, I was reading, like, you know, most men get jealous when they see like their baby and Mummy really bond and breastfeed. Well, number one, I'm not a jealous person, but you know, number two, it's absolutely fantastic to watch. It's such a natural process, and it's really nice to see Alexandra really bond with Theia. It's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. So it's absolutely great. But
and also Karis.
Oh yeah, let's not forget about Karis.
The difference in Karis in the 2 weeks Theia's been here is just incredible. She says, "I love you" now. She gives out cuddles, doesn't she? Well, she probably was always like that with you, but with me.
And she gives
I was
lots
really
of kisses.
bad on Saturday. I had a urine tract infection, which then led to a great kidney infection, trip to A&E, and a bladder prolapse, which was really horrible last Saturday. And Karis actually came to check that I was okay, and normally she's kind of not like that. She's in her own little world, but she's absolutely amazing with Theia.
It's really nice to see too.
It is, and there's some great pictures on our Instagram account, which Scott will put the links below.
Yeah, the links is below.
Putting up her first Christmas bauble together, and you can just see that the love affair is just going to go on forever, and they really are sisters already.
And I can see someone who's driving this car right now being ganged up on very soon.
Yes, Daddy and his 3 girls.
But not just Karis, the dog has turned really protective to Theia too. It's absolutely incredible. Because one of my friends said the baby came along and their dog starved himself to death. Well, number one, my dog is eating like a horse, so it's certainly not starving itself to death. And number two, it's really, really protective of her already. It sits by a little cradle.
Yeah.
Lily, and she, of course, and kind of like watches over her. She keeps the cat away from her.
Yeah, she does.
And she used to get when she first came into the house, she used to get really kind of uptight when she heard her cry. But now she kind of accepts that she makes that noise.
She just checks on her, and the only thing she comes and sniffs and licks the back of her head, but we have to stop her licking her face. And she sneaked in the other day just after I'd fed her, and Theia, of course, because the milk's in now, she was completely covered in milk. She's like looking drunk on milk, and Lily snuck in and.
Sorry, I'm not being rude here by not looking at the camera. I'm just concentrating on the road.
So I have to keep an eye. Personally, health-wise, because I know a few of you've asked. Still on the crutches 2 weeks later.
Big improvement though. When she first got home, we tried to.
He dragged me out to Marks and Spencer's,
which we had to drive into town for, and
it was a 250
from the car park.
From the car park, it was about 250 meters to walk. And we've lost our thingamabob again.
And she made it there, but she was in terrible pain. But she couldn't make it back, so I kind of had to juggle the pair of them. It was like carrying Theia on one hand and holding Alexander up on the other.
Yeah.
So, but take two. I took her into town the other day, and we did the same thing, and she was quite successful. You were quite successful, so there is an improvement. But you've been to the physio and the gynecologist.
Yes, I've been to see everybody. Got all my appointments I've been waiting years for all at once. Can you pull over here? I need to get a dodie. So you guys are going to get to see the back end of me now while Scott talks to you. This is what life is like now. Honestly, she's 55 centimetres tall and she's the smallest whirlwind in my life. But she's crazy.
She's not normally like this though. She's normally pretty well behaved.
What is she doing with her?
But Theia has a little dummy. Alexandra calls it Dodie. As you can tell, I'm far younger than Alexandra.
I was totally against the idea until after 5 nights of no sleep. The health visitor said, "What you holding out for?" And
it's a special breastfed one.
Yeah, a special one for breastfed babies, so it does not interfere with the feeding. So yeah, that'll be on my recommended tips for breastfeeders, won't it?
So generally, let's wrap this up before it goes on too long. 2 weeks. How are you feeling?
Tired, happy, fitting working around Theia. We've had to, of course, go back to work. We've, in Scott's case, never really stopped because we're self-employed, so there's no maternity. It does get frustrating trying to fit the work in around Theia. I think I'm missing out on some quality time with her. But then, as Scott said, some mummies will be 20 or 30 miles away from their baby, and I'm only 20 or 30 centimetres away from mine, so I'm very, very lucky.
I keep looking on, I keep thinking how lucky I am that I work from home. Yeah. I'm a work from home dad too, and it gives me the motivation to keep on working a lot better, a lot smarter, and really, really looking forward to spending, to see, really help Theia grow up along with her mum, because
I'm not grown up yet.
I don't mean like that, but most parents, most kids wouldn't have 2 parents at home. Some are very lucky just to have one. So we're really, really lucky with the work we do.
I don't know whether Theia will think she's always lucky to have mummy and daddy always at home.
But we'll find out. But you know, we can have some great fun together. And of course, with Carrie's coming home 4 or 5 o'clock, it's kind of like one big happy family. So she's gonna have a great upbringing. But
yeah.
As far as working from home, it just gives me more motivation, and looking forward to spending lots of time with her.
So yeah, that's our 2-week blog. It's been a ride, and we will check back in with you next week and talk more.
Yeah, it's always a bit, hickly pickly today.
It's like our heads, they're just completely mashed. Look, I haven't even brushed my hair yet again.
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
Yeah.
And don't forget to like the video too, and we will see you on the next video.
Yes, bye guys.